Broadcasting from the TV10 studios in Towers Hall, this is BNN. With anchors Kaylin Schumacher and Taylor Pomisel, sports with Matt Halverson, and weather with Max Harding. This is Blugold News Now.
Now at 7, Blugold Real Estate is looking to buy more property.
Plus, UWEC welcomes some young visitors to campus today.
And you can thank Blugold for the creation of the Discover Wisconsin map.
But first, the man whose body was pulled from the Chippewa River Sunday evening has been identified. Chippewa County Police say the body of 28-year-old Brandon Reeton of Wright Lake was found around 6 p.m. on the banks of the Chippewa River under the North Crossing Bridge. A boater on the river came across the body and contacted the authorities. On October 22nd last year, a Chippewa Falls police officer tried to pull Reeton over and a chase followed. After Reeton hit an embankment and took off on foot, canine dogs followed his trail to the river. Several searches were conducted to find his body, but none were successful. An autopsy found Reeton died of drowning.
While the Confluence project is still underway, Blugold Real Estate is working on buying another property. BNN reporter Allison Anholt has more.
The UW-Eau Claire Foundation affiliate Blugold Real Estate is in the process of purchasing the apartment floors of the new building on the 200 block of Water Street. Blugold Real Estate Executive Director Kimmerer Way says that they are still working out how the apartments will be rented to students.
Our intent is to make those apartments available only to UW-Eau Claire students. Whether we work with housing directly or whether we rent them directly to the students is still being worked out because we have to follow UW system rules and regulations and policies.
Earlier in the year, there was an issue between UW-Oshkosh and one of their foundations. Ways says this has put a spotlight on foundation activities in the UW system and has caused enforcement of stricter measures. Blugold Real Estate is interested in the building because of all the renovations that are taking place on Upper Campus and its effects on available housing. Renting these apartments to students will give them more choices for places to live. Ways says that these apartments will be great for students due to their close proximity to campus. She also says that she isn't concerned about its closeness to bar nightlife.
We're going to be renting to students who are not freshmen. Obviously, if the students are of legal age, they're going to imbibe whether they're there or whether they're 3 blocks away.
If the Department of Administration and the UW system allow the building to be a part of UWEC housing, it will have a hall director and RAs. If it's rented directly to students, it will run like a regular apartment building. Ways says she's looking forward to the impact the housing will have.
I'm excited about the housing. I think students are going to like it. I think they're going to like being so close to campus. It's going to be quality, good housing to live in. And we're looking forward to meeting the needs for the students.
For Blugold News Now, I'm Allison Anholt.
Blugold Beginnings hosted the largest group of 5th graders in the 7-year history of the program with 2,127 students coming to campus on April 27th and 28th. Large, small groups of students were paired with more than 500 student volunteers and encouraged to ask questions about college and explore areas on campus. A major objective of the program is to inspire low-income and first-generation students and help them believe a post-secondary education is important, attainable, and available at UW-Eau Claire.
Love the new Discover Wisconsin map highlighting all the cool things you can do in the state? Thank Blugold. More specifically, thanks Samantha Heitree, the UWEC Eau Claire freshman graphic communications major and marketing minor who created the map for the popular television show that celebrates things in Wisconsin. The poster features an outline of the state of Wisconsin with many small drawings across the map, each symbolizing something unique to the town or county in the location. She commented, quote, "When I was designing the project, I kept thinking of it as a treasure map. I wanted to keep in mind the range of demographics and capture the many elements that we all love."
Students and faculty at UW-Eau Claire have created a theatrical performance that brings awareness of homelessness in Eau Claire. BNN reporter Jenna Ambrosius has the details.
A group of students and faculty at UW-Eau Claire have put together an original theatrical work that showcases the struggles of homelessness in Eau Claire. The group has been working on the unique performance for over a year and hope that it will make an impact in the area.
This performance incorporates some spoken word poetry, some scripted scenes, some dance pieces, and also some movement, all in a unique space that is not a theater. And it is 2 very industrial-looking rooms that actually hopefully will help to illustrate some of the struggles that the people dealing with homelessness encounter each day.
Groth says the event is broken down into segments based on 5 factors that are associated with homelessness in the area. The segments are LGBTQ youth, mental illness, addiction, sex trafficking, and survival sex.
It's more prevalent in Eau Claire, prostitution, sex trafficking, and survival sex than we would probably like to admit. So all those are issues and ideas that affect this population. And so hopefully by creating something where people are more engaged and drawn into this, they are actively engaged to go out and do something about it.
The event is taking place in downtown Eau Claire in rooms 25 and 29 of Building 13 in Banbury Place. The show begins at 7:30 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, and all money raised from admission will be donated to Positive Avenues, a daytime shelter downtown, to help them purchase a new dishwasher.
That hopefully to encourage people to come out and check it out, because it will be a unique experience and one that you will not see often because of its nature, because of the way it's created, the way it's set up. It will be a pretty unique and hopefully impactful performance.
For Blugold News Now, I'm Jenna Ambrosius.
Coming up after the break, Wisconsin needs to be cautious of wildfires.
And a former Green Bay Packer is facing marijuana charges. More on that when we come back.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Watch BNN anchor Kaylin Schumacher, Thursdays at 7.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
According to the United States Department of Agriculture, Wisconsin has lost nearly 1 million acres of farmland in the last 10 years. With resources in the agriculture industry tightening, many people still think it's important to provide hands-on opportunities to learn about it. Those opportunities include events like Family Farm Day, hosted by the Blazers of Chippewa Falls. The Blazers are trying to be self-sufficient and help teach their local community.
Proposals designed to fight homelessness in Wisconsin have won approval by the Joint Finance Committee on Monday. One proposal would create an interagency council on homelessness to establish a statewide policy to prevent and end it. It's designed to increase collaboration and provide flexibility. The other bill would make $75,000 available in a single city for a pilot project designed to help the homeless find work. It could be taken up by legislation next week.
The Department of Natural Resources has deemed most of Wisconsin at a high or very high risk of wildfires following several days of sunny weather with no rain. The department has also halted burning permits in multiple counties with the concern that dry grass and high winds provide the perfect equation for a wildfire to start. Fond du Lac Fire Chief Peter O'Leary says he believes conditions will get better in a couple of weeks.
Former Green Bay Packers cornerback Sam Shields will pay a $500 fine after pleading no contest to marijuana possession. A criminal complaint says officers went to Shields' home after he received a package from Colorado, where recreational use of marijuana is legal. The complaint says Shields acknowledged having marijuana in his home. The Packers released Shields in February.
Dozens of Wisconsin National Guard members from the 1st Babylonians 147th Aviation Unit are being sent to the Middle East until January. Hundreds of friends and family members gathered to attend a special send-off ceremony at Madison College over the weekend to show support for the 85 soldiers. Major General Don Dunbar told the crowd that without the support of the community, the employees and family members, the soldiers could not serve their country.
Coming up after the break, researchers say they found a second copy of an important U.S. document.
And New York is proposing free early childhood education. More on that when we come back. You're watching Blugold News Now.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Watch BNN reporter Jenna Ambrosius, Thursdays at 7.
Hi folks, I'm Garth Brooks, and I know there's a lot of talk about high taxes and the high cost of health care today. But did you know there's something very simple that you can do to help? And that's just be a safe driver. 1, always wear your safety belt. And 2, never drink and drive. Traffic accidents alone last year in the United States cost all of us over $100 billion. And we all share that cost. So do your part. Get involved. Highway safety is everybody's business.
Same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
While the days of April dwindle down, the students of UW-Eau Claire are gearing up for the next event of the spring. BNN reporter Katie Baker has the story.
Want to take a trip around the world without having to leave Eau Claire? Come to the International Folk Fair on April 30th for a taste of the world under one roof. International Student and Scholar Programming Assistant Peter Winarski explains the incredible event and the many opportunities you have to experience.
This year we've actually kind of worked on reimagining the folk fair a little bit. So we've created a new theme, and our theme is music. So when doors open at noon, the public will be welcomed into the building. Dan Newton's Cafe Accordion Orchestra will be playing music throughout the day. And all of the different groups, both student organizations and community groups, will have areas throughout the building in the different rooms of Davies where they have activities, games, song, music, food set up for the public.
Not only can people explore the different rooms enjoying the food of cultures around the world, the cabin will also host presentations throughout the day representing the event's theme.
Also new this year is our cabin presentation series. So throughout the day in the cabin we will have different groups who prepared extra presentations, and they have a slightly more academic tilt to them. There's speeches, but there are also demonstrations on traditional instruments, song, dance techniques. So that's something we're really proud of this year, is that all day there will be presentations.
The folk fair is more than just a way to try new foods and hear traditional music from different countries. The folk fair holds a deeper meaning to those involved and the community.
This event brings the community and the school together because we have a lot of different organizations who are working side by side with our student orgs, and it's just a really nice way to see how the cultures merge together.
The event was put together by a fantastic team of interns, including Wei Huang, Rachel Shea, PK Yang, and Gabrielle Weber. The folk fair runs from 12 to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Make sure to stop by and get a piece of the international life. For Blugold News Now, I'm Katie Baker.
Mayor Bill de Blasio is proposing free full-day early childhood education for all 3-year-olds by the fall of 2021 in New York City. De Blasio said Monday that the city hopes to launch a pilot of the 3K program next fall year at a cost of $36 million. But the state and federal governments would have to pitch in. The pilot program would focus on low-income districts in the South Bronx and Brownsville, Brooklyn. The administration says the city has more than tripled the number of 4-year-olds enrolled in a full 3-day pre-K.
Arkansas has put to death inmates Jack Jones and Marcel Williams, marking the first double execution in the United States since 2000. Arkansas has scheduled 8 executions over an 11-day period before the end of April, when its supply of 1 lethal injection drug expires. 1 inmate was put to death last week, but the first 3 executions were canceled because of court rulings.
Harvard University researchers says they've discovered a second parchment copy of the Declaration of Independence. The Boston Globe reported Friday researchers Emily Snepp and Danielle Allen found the copy in a records office in southern England. The only other parchment copy is maintained by the National Archives in Washington, D.C. The researchers said that the signers of the Sussex version are not broken down by state, something that distinguishes it from the copy at the National Archives.
Coming up next, Max Harding has the latest on today's forecast, and Allison Anhalt has you covered in your Blugold Sports Update.
Then stay tuned for our favorite story of the week. You're watching Blugold News Now.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education. I dare you to be somebody important. Like be a teacher. Or a reality TV star. I dare you to stand up here. To call the shots. To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Think you can change my life?
Make me excited about science like you. Have a career that really means something? Then do it. I dare you.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Watch BNN reporter Allison Anhalt Thursdays at 7.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Let's start with today's BNN weather report. I know I'm wearing something with radio when I swear I'm on the TV. So let's take a look at what lower Kansas looks like today. Very dreary like it's been for the past 2 weeks. The temperature today was a very, very cold 35 degrees. We actually had some snow flurries in the morning, and in northern Wisconsin we had some sticking snow. So we'll look at our current 34 over in Hudson, 33 in the upper part of the Northwoods there, 39. up in northern Wisconsin, there is a... All right. Yeah. I'm going to. All right. this time, there's a little bit more enthusiasm this run.
Just grab it.
Hello, hi, and how's it going? This is your Blugold News Now weather report. Now let's take a look at Lower Campus today. As you can see, it's been very dreary with that really picturesque Lower Campus construction. I know I'm wearing a radio shirt. I apologize, but I promise you I am on the TV. Our temperature today was a whopping 35 degrees, very cold for this time of year. We had some snow flurries a little bit earlier in the morning. Also in northern Wisconsin, a lot of sticking snow. So now our local temperatures, 34 degrees over in Hudson, 33 in the northern part of the state. Looking down here, 40 down by Black River Falls, and 32 up in Cornell. Now let's take a look at our national radar. A few flurries of snow along the Rocky Mountain states. Also along the eastern seaboard, there is a lot of rain being pushed out to the Atlantic Ocean. Look right here, right where we are in Wisconsin, we're getting a lot of snow up around Lake Superior. Now let's take a look at our local radar. Over here in the western part of the state, there's really nothing going on. You have some rain down here, down by Prairie du Chien, Platteville, that sort of area. And just north of Wausau, you got that snow leaving the area. So finally, let's look at our 7-day forecast. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's going to be 35, 53, and 56. So I promise it's going to get a lot warmer. Sunday, Monday, it's going to be rain, rain, rain. It's going to drop again in temperature. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, it's supposed to get very nice again with a hot 61 degrees on Wednesday, partly cloudy, and it's slated to get around the 70s later next week. That's all I have. Now for sports with Allison Anhalt.
Although the Blugold softball team now finds itself outside of the top 25, recent results have Eau Claire trending back in a positive direction. Despite recent weather postponements, the softball team has won 4 straight. At 23-9 overall, they sit at 4-6 in the WIAC and will head to Stout tomorrow night with hopes to get back to 500 in the conference. The men's golf team is coming off of a statement performance last weekend at the Bobby Craig Invitational in Jordan, Minnesota, finding themselves down and in 7th place after round 1, but a significant turnaround led by Brady Hansen, who went on to win the meet, left them in 4th overall. They're off this weekend, but return to the course next weekend for the St. John's Invitational. On the women's side, the Blugold golfers host their Blugold Triangular match today at the Eau Claire Golf and Country Club. The regular season wraps up this weekend at the Bellwood Oaks Golf Course for the Carlton Invitational. The outdoor track and field teams travel to Iowa this weekend for their Drake Relays, their final stop before the conference meet in Platteville next weekend. The men are currently ranked 13th nationally. Keep it tuned into TV 10 for complete coverage and streaming of Blugold Sports, or log on to blugolds.com. That'll do it for sports.
Like many guys using the Tinder app, Sudan loves the outdoors and travels widely.
The catch? He's the world's last male white rhino and desperately needs to mate. And that's why this is our
favorite story of the week. I don't mean to be too forward, but the fate of my species literally depends on me, reads his profile. I perform well under pressure. I like to eat grass and chill in the mud. No problem. 6 feet tall and 5,000 pounds, if that matters.
Conservationists are hoping that Saddam's Tinder profile will help them raise enough money for a $9 million fertility treatment, as all attempts at getting him to mate naturally have failed.
A swipe right on Sudan's Tinder profile, available in 190 countries and 40 languages, directs users to the Ol Paticha donation page. Just hours after he went online, the number of hits was so high that the website crashed. What a cool way to use social media.
I know. There are so many people on Tinder, so it's super crazy. So many people are going to see that, and it's going to be easy to donate.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's super easy to use. Like, what can you go wrong?
A swipe.
Swipe right. Well, that's all the news we have for you tonight.
Tune in next week, Thursday, for your 7 p.m. newscast.
Make sure to like TV 10 on Facebook and subscribe to BNN on YouTube. I'm Taylor Pomisel.
And I'm Kaylin Schumacher. Thank you, and good night.